Hi guys, it's Erin Bales, and today I wanted to do a follow-up video to the tall, small tail letter video that I posted last week. And this is my daughter Alyssa. She's going to help me today with these activities. So the first thing that I like to do when you transition to writing on paper is to review the letter size with the child. So I have printed a letter alphabet chart here, but if you don't have a printer or access to a printer at home, you can just simply write it on paper. That works just as well. And the first thing that I do is review the letter size with the child by having them verbally state whether it's a small, tall, or a tail letter. So I would go through it like this with them. This one is a small letter.
Tall, small, tall, small, tall, tail, tall, small.
Good. And in last week's video, we did a little arm exercise with each one of the letters. That's another thing that you could do with your child. So let's try that now. If it's a small letter, she's going to put her hands on her hips. If it's a tall letter, she's going to put her hands in the air. And if it's a letter with a tail, she's going to reach down toward her toes. So I'm going to do the same thing and go through each letter of the alphabet. So A is a small letter. She puts her hands on her hips. B is a tall letter. She puts her hands in the air. C is a small letter. Tall, small, tall, and tail. And then what's this one? Good. So that's a fun way just to get your kids moving and to add some kinesthetic work into letter size. And then the next thing that we do is we practice writing those letters on paper. So if you look at the paper that I have, it has highlighted lines, and the highlighted lines match the highlight on the visual cue that I've given. So if you don't have access to a printer or a computer, you can just take a highlighter and you can highlight a regular sheet of notebook paper or a sheet of printer paper and ask your child to put the small letters within the yellow space. So she's going to practice, and she's already started practicing here. But we're going to go through them one by one, and we're just going to practice the letter size by trying to keep all of the small letters within the yellow space. Very good. See how the small letter started on the dotted line and it stops on the bottom line, and that entire letter fits within the yellow. But for B, because B is a tall letter, it's going to start on the top line, and the curved part of the B fits in the yellow space. So the yellow highlight really helps define the area that you want your child to place the letter in, and so I have found that that is really, really helpful for kids when they're first learning about letter size. One of the tricky letters is G, or any letter that has a tail, because what I see a lot of kids do is they will try to print the letter like this, with the curve of the G starting on the top line and the tail sitting on the bottom line. So that's where you would want to correct them and have them go back and try it again and reinforce that the curved part of the G fits inside the yellow and the tail hangs below the line. So can you show them what that looks like, Alyssa? Very good. So after they can copy all of those letters with the correct size, then you can move on to having them try to print the letters without the model. So you take the visual away and just see if they can recall in their memory what the letter size looks like. And then you can move on to practicing writing words or their name and even some simple sentences. So I hope that you enjoyed this follow-up, and we'll talk to you later.